We are cruising along in my real estate journey. I am now in the driver's seat of the path I'm going down. And it is incredible. Why? Well, in this video, I'm going to go over two things that occurred at this point of my journey. Now, again, if you remember in the last video, I'm still wholesaling, but I still haven't done a wholesale deal. But I ended up purchasing a house on subject to. Now, where are we now? Well, we're still trying to get that first wholesale deal, and I'm still buying. So I'm going to go over the first thing that happened. You guessed it. I bought another subject to property. Now, similar to one of the other houses that I purchased, this one was also a sad story for the seller. But at the end of the day, it was still a win-win-win for everybody. Now, this seller bought a brand new home. They moved in, couldn't make payments. They had to go on a forbearance plan. They had to get involved with all these different things because they couldn't afford their mortgage payment anymore. Why? Well, the seller needed to have heart surgery and needed to save her money for that expense and could not afford her current living situation. So she ended up moving in with somebody, and put the property up on the market. And that's where we came in and found that property. The agent couldn't help sell the property because there was no equity. Again, this is a subject to transaction, and a lot of times that means there's no equity in the home, which means the seller would have needed to write a check for, I think the exact number was around $22,000 just to sell their property. And the agent was even willing to drop their commissions all the way down to help, and that still wasn't good enough. And that's where a subject to transaction helps everybody. We're able to take over the existing payments. We're able to catch up those arrears. We're able to put some money in the seller's pocket. We were even able to pay the agent when before the agent was really going to make nothing. And we added another property to our portfolio. So again, it was a win-win-win. Now, for us, we love providing solutions for everybody. And guess what? The seller still had a bunch of stuff in their garage that they wanted, but they could not move the things by themselves, and they couldn't afford a U-Haul. So what did I do? I put my thinking cap on, and I realized we're a solution-based company. We want to help people. So I went down to U-Haul, picked up a U-Haul truck, drove out to the property. I had some help, loaded up all of the seller's stuff into the U-Haul truck, and delivered it to where she was staying. And boy, that was probably the best feeling I have had with purchasing a property. Why? Because after unloading everything, giving it to the seller, all she wanted to do was give me a big hug and thank me for saving herself in this situation, for looking after her, for providing a solution. Just, she was so incredibly grateful for what we were able to do and how we were able to help her in this situation. And that right there is why I want to continue to keep doing what I'm doing in my real estate journey, because we're helping people. We're not just trying to take advantage of people like a lot of other people out in this space do. No, that's not how we operate. We want to be different. We want to provide solutions. We want to help out all parties so everybody can feel like they won, so that it is a win-win-win situation. And obviously for us, we got to add another property to our portfolio. But again, that's not the big reason on why I wanted to take down this transaction in the first place. It was because I wanted to help someone out who needed the help, where no one else knew how to help this seller out. And that just warms my heart. Now, during this whole time, guess what? I also got my first wholesale deal completed. We closed and funded on that, and I received a check for around $7,500 on that one wholesale deal. And that is when my mind just went phew, like crazy. I realized, wow, I can actually create active income with wholesaling. I proved to myself it could be done. Seeing that big check come in and realizing, I am making that in an entire month at my W-2. And yet I made this all on one wholesale deal. Now, guess what? I'm still working my W-2 job. So I looked at that check as like a bonus in my journey. And things really start to change once I understand combining buying properties and wholesaling together. My journey is just getting going still in the beginning, but yet I feel like I've done so much, which I have. So I'm excited to continue to keep sharing my journey with you so that you could just follow along and see if there's anything that might resonate with you as you're figuring out what you want to do. Now, again, this is what I want to do. This is my opinion on the route that I think is right for myself to gaining financial freedom. So I encourage you to do your own research, see what fits for you, and don't just follow exactly what I'm doing. Because again, I am not a financial advisor, a CPA, an attorney, none of that. I'm just an ordinary person that's trying to change the path for myself and my family to gain financial freedom. So if you like what you're hearing so far and you want to see where I'm going and how much more I'm able to take on in my real estate journey, well, you know what you need to do. You need to subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications, and leave a comment on something you may need help with, or a question you may have, or just anything in general that I may be able to help you out. You also can head over to my Instagram, which is sub2lou, and shoot me a DM there where I can also help. I'm excited to continue to keep bringing this type of content to you so you can follow my journey.